Welcome back to another episode of the Big Brothers of Destruction podcast. It's the Masaku.
It's your boy Swag Switcher in the building. Forgive me if I sound a little stuffy because nature is naturing outside and it's got me all congested.
It's not even that, man. The wonderful world that is wrestling this week is what's getting me all stuffed up. It's getting me all either one or two things. It's sad, it's excited, but we got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about a couple of things, and I think the most pressing topic for this week we can go right into. We just gonna go right into it, guys. We're going right into it. These releases, the unfortunate spring cleaning, the Black Friday, whatever everybody's been calling on the wrestle. Yeah, the Black Friday. They
Black
call it Black
Friday is
Friday.
actual.
Yeah.
Damn. The Black Friday, the red wedding, like, geez, okay, that's how we feel, huh?
It's unfortunate, but yes, it is the thing that after Mania, they call it the Black Friday, where a lot of releases happen at the end of the weekend. Some people who are very secure, feeling like they're good in their position, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, actually, you're gone. And it's very unfortunate. These are people who had these are their jobs, these are their livelihoods. This is the dream opportunity they've always wanted, and suddenly it is removed from them. Why, we don't know. It could be a couple of things. As they always say, budget cuts. They always either say it's um what other nonsense is it? Either they have no direction for them or something of that nature. I feel like you got something to say to that. Go ahead.
Well, it's not even like in my mind. I'm like with specifically with the people who were picked, and I would even honestly, I could easily just say like all of them. Though, as far as the ones that were picked, I would say budget cuts. I would more so say the fact like they look at their sheets and are like, wait, we paying them that much?
Or
That's what I more
contract
so
renewals.
think.
Yeah, sometimes they look at contracts and be like, "Wait, what? We're doing this and stuff like that." I mean, the interesting part about this, well, not interesting, excuse me. The unfortunate part about this is the fact that it's not just wrestlers, it's not just the superstars. There were also people behind the scenes who were also let go as well. But um, we're wanting to start this off as the normally, like we say, the wonderful week of West wrestling and what kind of goes
The
on.
wonderful week of West.
The wonderful week of wrestling. The wonderful week of wrestling. I can't even fucking do two W's at the same time. The wonderful week of wrestling. We normally would do that, but not today, unfortunately. We have to
Oh
start off with the
gosh.
unfortunate
Oh.
Friday. But just talk about some of the people who was released. One of them that was shocking immediately was Braun Strowman. Okay. Um, Braun Strowman being one, Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Caden Carter, Katana Chance, some other people is also Gigi Dolan. We have Riley
Which was
Osborne,
surprising.
that too, because she's technically in a team right now or in a faction and everything. Riley Osborne, Eddie Thrope or Thorpe, I can't
Or
pronounce. Yeah, I think I mispronounced. I do apologize. Jakara Jackson, Gallus.
which
Uh,
Jakara, that surprised the heck out of me as well. Like
yeah,
that one was like the really? Because like literally her and Lash Legend, a a legitimately decent. They were just on TNA.
yeah. They just broke the faction up, like in everything. Didn't
Well,
even
I
care.
mean, which is actually crazy that like literally on NXT they all came together. Was all like, hey, we've been ever since you've been gone because homie came back. What's his name? Oh my goodness! Wow, what? Why am I blanking on his name all of a
Oh,
sudden?
Robbie E.
No, the other one because he just took the cup from
Kazarian.
no NXT brother NXT.
Oh, I thought you said you had mentioned TNA, and then I was like, wait, whoa. So I wasn't too sure. All right, cool. I
No,
thought
no,
you were
no,
still
no,
on
no.
TNA.
for some reason I'm blanking on his name right now, but he was the guy who literally started Metaphor, and so like
Oh,
he
okay, I know
came
you're talking
back.
about. Yeah,
It's like he came back and he actually took the belt, from Pillman's son, and then after he took it, like the whole group Metaphor, they kind of came together and was like, hey, it's good to see that you're back and you got the cup again and everything, but since you've been gone, we've been kind of doing our own thing, and like as cool as Metaphor has been, I think it's time for us to go and spread our wings and do our own thing for a bit. And it was like, okay, so they had like their last little time together, and they spread off, and then Chikara actually knife block, like God damn, like
yeah, yeah.
great.
It's
But didn't make it almost doesn't make sense to me, considering the fact that her and Lash Legend, they've been like constantly being used. And like literally last weekend there was in TNA, and there was fighting for the TNA knockouts tag team titles.
yeah. They were just in
They did,
literally that pay-per-view.
yeah, they was in they was literally in the pay-per-view. The Metaphor breaks up on on Tuesday, and Jakara's packing her bags on Friday. Like,
And that's the thing. Like I was saying before, the unfortunate fact that is the Black Friday is like, hey, you're going into the weekend, you think you're good, and all of a sudden, boom, you get hit with it. Also, there's potentially three other people that I didn't get a chance to mention. Um, and I do apologize for butchering them. Or Minshar or Manshar. Um,
not
no,
sure who that is.
and then I could be just butchering his name. I do apologize. And then there's Javier Javier Benal, Javier Bernard, something like that. Most of them
Oh,
are
they
people
sound
from
like they're TNA people. Not TNA, NXT
NXT.
people.
They are NXT people. The biggest one that it's not confirmed though, but they're
By the
saying
way,
it.
the name who I couldn't remember because when he was butchering that other guy's name,
Yeah.
Noam Dar, that he was the one who just got the cup from Lexus King.
Oh yeah, Noam Dar. Yeah, okay, yeah, Noam
Yeah,
Dar. You know what? I
he
remember
just
seeing
came
his
back,
name. Yeah. Okay. Noam Dar. All right. Well, that and the
which
big one.
he's still there, y'all. So
Yeah,
he's
he's
good.
still there.
Noam's fine.
But the one that we don't know is completely good is Shinsuke Nakamura.
Which I get it, which makes me really sad because especially considering the fact that he just got done having a U.S. title run, but then it's like after LA Knight beat him, he went dark, and then you don't hear from him
I,
no more.
I I was really loving this new persona too, like because you know me and Samurai Culture, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm here for it.
So I feel, and I don't know why WWE does this, but there's a part of me that feels that because so whenever they have Shinsuke, talking or doing anything, he's always talking in, his native language kind of thing. Which, I mean, I guess it's not a big deal. It should not be a big deal because it's fine if he only talks in his native language. But I feel like when they only make them do that, it's almost as if there's almost like a situation where they're kind of limiting them to a certain degree. Because it's like Shinsuke, he speaks really good English. Like
It's
just
yeah,
like Io
it's there,
Sky,
yeah,
he speaks perfectly decent English.
yeah,
But
with an accent, yeah.
it's almost as if like because I know Io Sky with the way that Io Sky talks, like from what I hear from other people, I have never spoken to her directly myself, but
I have.
I have friends who have. You have, and
Hmm.
it's like I don't think she speaks that broken English. Like
It's not that bad, but it's more so an accent. It's more so like you could
and
tell
an
her
accent's
native tongue
perfectly fine,
is yeah.
which is perfectly fine. But it's like, but when you make them kind of like speak as if like like English is their third language type situation, like I like to me it gets annoying when I see it or when I hear it, and then it's like to a certain degree it almost makes it seem as if like it's almost like you're purposely like crutching them when it comes to promos or something, and then like one of those deals where it's like, I guess maybe I just need to get with the times, and
No,
maybe I
no,
need to learn the
I
language.
agree. I agree, but
But
there's a part of me that feels like it's because too, with the rawness of how they speak in their native language, it comes off stronger. The emotion is there a little bit better. Kind of like how what people feel like with dub and sub. I kind of feel like it was that. Like I enjoy like when Io's doing it in her native language, because when she speaks it, she's gonna speak it with a tone that matches the aggression rather than like with the accent. To some people it may throw them off, like, is she being serious here or something like that? I don't know what their direction is, but I truly enjoy them doing it in their native language. Not just the barrier put them, but it's just when Io did it about like, hey, I'm the champion, I felt it when she spoke in her native language. Compared to if she tried to do it in English, I didn't feel like it would have came across to me the same way.
all right, I guess that's fair. So for that case, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know with Shinsuke, I feel as if that to me, I feel almost as if like it's kind of like set him back
Yeah,
for
it did.
the American audience. Therefore, and whoops, dropped it. But I will say, if he's on the chopping block, if he
Mm-hmm.
does get cut, like kudos to him for riding this wave for as long as he,
9 years.
because homie's been just chilling. Like when he first came, it's all as if like Shinsuke did a thing where he first came, he's all like, "Yeah, I'm trying to do this and do this," and then where he kind of, then when he realized like, "Oh, I guess I'm not gonna really get anywhere." Well, at least I'm getting paid, and he's been getting paid and getting
Well, it was
paid.
it was more so he kind of realized that the strong style was a wear and tear on his body. He noticed that, and that was kind of the driving force of why he went to WWE. Because the wrestling style compared to New Japan is completely different in the States. Japan, you're constantly doing big move shit, like the video game conversation we had a couple episodes, like the video game stuff. Whereas with WWE, like he could turn it on every once in a blue moon, but he doesn't have to do it in every match, and that's New Japan every night.
Oh
So
yeah,
I could see as in a judgment call for his body to be like, man, I could pop it out every once in a blue moon, but can I just not do it every day, please? Thank you. And he's a little bit in. Honestly, I don't think he's that old. I think he's maybe in his 40s, if not going to his 50s, maybe.
pretty certain.
Yeah, so I feel like it was a good call, especially he's been with the company almost 9 to 10 years. It wasn't a bad call. He's kind of like with Okada. Okada was like, I kind of did everything I needed to do in New Japan, and
Hmm.
let me see, and a lot of people often get really frustrated with a wrestler. I know I've done it myself too. When I hear the topic of I have done everything I need to do here, I will go venture out and see what I could do elsewhere, other match opportunities, etc., etc. Um, I kind of have a crossed opinion on that. Like depending on who it is, it's like, but no, like this place is you, and you leaving to me, like it kind of just cuts off everything you've done, and the whatever you do elsewhere, it's gonna be automatically like, well, he didn't do that shit here, he's not doing that shit here. Like, I don't know if you ever heard the topic of Kenny Omega after he left New Japan compared to how he is in AEW. there's
Oh,
there's always been that big
absolutely.
topic.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's listen. Like, granted, I I only really know Kenny Omega from what he has done here because I've never was a big New Japan watcher. Mostly just because I was too lazy to go look for it. But
Mm-hmm.
like I've seen and I have seen and I've heard about his New Japan stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in comparison, he's chilling. He is so chilling right now. And it's like, but at the same time, like he probably at this point does not want to do all that New Japan stuff that he did. And it's one of those things like people like Ricochet and Will Ospreay, okay? they're so indie New Japan to the point where they don't know how to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? And it feels weird when they cut it off,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes them feel as if they're not being their authentic self, which is to me the reasons why Ricochet only got Intercontinental title and US title famous on in WWE, because he's
He wrestles
born to
one
fly.
style.
He does not know how to just like do it sometimes. He either
Mm-hmm.
does it all the time or he doesn't do it.
I feel like a part of that is because WWE also knows where if they put you in a position or to say like, hey, can you do this spot? Like a producer might say, hey, can you do this or whatever? Because they often do ask that, like, hey, could you guys do this spot or whatever? And or sometimes the wrestler may say, hey, how about we do this? So it kind of goes hand in hand. Like your strengths and what you can do, but then if you overdo it, as Dolph Ziggler even said it himself, he kind of was put into a position that he became the guy who, okay, do your finish on me, and I'm gonna make it look like it's the best damn finish ever, and that cursed him. You know,
That Yeah, that's true. That does make sense. But I also feel that with with him, with Ricochet, is the fact like because he has that over his head, but then there's also the fact that Ricochet is known for doing that stuff.
I mean his
Okay.
name is Ricochet, yeah.
And then for Ricochet to go there and not be doing that kind of stuff all the time also was probably playing against him, because WWE, they're like, yeah, that's cool that you could do that, but we only really want you to do that on like PLEs and stuff. Like, we don't need you doing that at every house show and on every TV show,
Mm-hmm.
because we want to preserve you and use you for as long as possible while you're out there burning the candle on both ends, trying to do this and that and all the way constantly. So it's like, because of that, because they have a cap on him, it's like he can only do so much right now. And
Exactly.
so, which is why, as him being in AEW, he's boing 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 everywhere, doing
Ricochet.
what his name says, Ricochet.
Yes.
And it's probably the reason why our local Billy Goat will probably stay over that way, because he's not going to not do it
Yeah.
every single time.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
That
probably
that's
we won't see the Billy Goat in WWE till 10 years from now.
that's crazy. That when he's like,
Like,
"Yo, I'm actually able to chill now."
yeah, when he's all like, you know what, I've done all that fun. I'll get my WrestleMania
Mm-hmm,
now.
mm-hmm. But to get back into this list of people who are let go, first off, we can go. Let's just do like let's do a 10 words or less. Maybe where you want to see or where you think they should do next, or just where you want to see him go. I'm gonna say with Braun Strowman. I feel he's TNA bound. If he's doing anything, he'd be TNA bound. If you're thinking of any promotion, TNA, because he's no good
I
in
need
AEW.
I need Braun I need Braun to go home, rest up, heal up, find his inner monster,
Mm-hmm.
come back home.
I
I don't
don't
see
know if
him
he.
anywhere
I don't.
else.
You got a point, but like it's the second time, and for anybody to the first time, he left, they called him back, right? So whether or not he has to make himself, I guess, irrelevant to them or make them feel like, yo, we need to buy him back. So the whole rest up, strengthen up, become the monster again. I will agree he could do that, and then maybe he still has to do some booking so that way WWE can see, okay, maybe he's improved in certain areas and maybe see value in bringing him back for a certain storyline. But the big SOB is it's not cutting it. It's not cutting.
No.
I need I need my monster back. You are absolutely right. I'm not finished with you yet, monster.
Give me that Braun again.
Yes, give me that Braun. I will pay money for that Braun. All right.
I don't want this. I don't want this chugga.
I do find that is the dumbest spot. That is the dumb, like, to be like, okay, let me run through around the ring and like, okay.
I don't want it. And if anything, I need him to stop doing it because Breaker does it better.
Literally, Breaker does it 10 times better. 10 times better. With more speed, more velocity, more oomph. So
yes.
it's a good spot. It's a good spot where you got multiple guys outside because it's like boom, 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 but just one person? No.
Yeah, it's not. I need him to find his inner monster among men again. Because this big SOB, like, let me put it this way, this big SOB is getting ready, is on his way to being big showed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like that's the hard pill to swallow. But like, I don't want that for Braun. Okay, let it be known. I don't want that.
That's a boiler room to me. To me, that's a boiler room, bro. That's a boiler room topic. If I've never, where it's instead of the heel turns, it's releases. I don't know.
not even that. Just like, you know, he like, or maybe if that's the case, it's either I need him to do this. I need him to either go full monster or full forward into who he really is. Because in all realness, he's a big goofy man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't need him to be no. I don't need him to be no great Khali or no somebody call him up. No, I don't need that shit. No,
but that's what he is.
No, because it's like
his actual personality. I don't know Braun Strowman's real name, but like what Mr. Braun Strowman truly is, he is a frat boy who will go out and wear hot pink pants, shirtless with a fucking bow tie with a beer in his hand, goofing off, singing "We Are the Champions." That's the kind of person he is.
But here is the thing, though. You brought up the monster among men. Do you see that transition in your brain now? Like, he used to be, not saying that he can't do it, but it's just like that to bro.
Remember that one? Like, remember that one guy? I think he actually no. He has a different dude who he had as his partner. But like Braun Strowman, like in IRL, he's like the, you know, like he's the fucking surfer dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is a dude. Okay, and so I either need him to go full dude or go full monster, because he's treading the line right now with the whole, you know, he's one big SOB and this, that, and the other, but you know, he'll still goof off and do these fun things and all this stuff. Like,
that's why he lost to Jacob Fatu right there. Call it. I'm saying it right now.
Listen, Jacob Fatu is a true monster.
He is what he used
to be.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
so like, that's where Jacob's at. Jacob knows who he is. All gas, no brakes. Get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? Braun over here, he's trying to tread a particular line where he is a bro, but like he's got some, he is a bro with some monster what's the word I'm looking for?
Monster flair.
Yeah, for lack of better words, yeah. You know, he is a bro with some with monster intentions.
He's that guy where in the anime, like, okay, I'm fun and whatever, but if you cross it, it can come out.
Correct. That's where he's at. And
but we want him to be one or the other.
I need him to just completely cross, just
Mm-hmm.
cross it and stay crossed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
so, like, it hurts me to know that he's gonna be gone, but find yourself, brother.
Dakota Kai. Damage control never technically destroyed itself. I mean, Bailey wasn't in it, and the Kabuki Warriors haven't been back in a while. So Dakota Kai
Well,
has been
Oscar's
floating.
been gone for a minute. Oscar's been gone because I think
Yeah, the
she was
Kabuki
hurt,
Warriors. Yeah.
and so, and as well as Kyrie, she was hurt too.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, but with Dakota Kai kind of being gone, that's going to kind of sort of bang bang the damage control because Bailey, she exited herself, or she was actually kicked out of
Yeah, she was kicked out of the
it.
group. Yeah.
So, and so it's like, but my problem with Dakota Kai is the fact that, like, and the boys in the chat will always say it, and they'll back me up on it, but like, she is too easy to break. She's got hollow
Yeah, she gets
bones.
injured. Yeah, she gets injured a lot. Yeah.
Like, she's got hollow bones. Like, she literally ended up, like, wasn't it the other week or two where she had a match, and then like she was supposed to have another, and it was said that she got pulled off the match or pulled off the show because she was hurt or something.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean, in her NXT run, she had a lot of injuries, like a lot. I remember there was one time she was gone for like almost a year, like almost the level of Kenta. Like it's literally on that level of Kenta being constantly injured. Your time is now, and your glow, the shine that is you. We're here for it. Injured, gone a year. Oh, you're back? Okay, cool. Injured, gone almost another year. Oh, you're back? Yeah, every time you keep coming back, you get injured. I'm not really hyped for it anymore. And that ship has sailed. And the same thing
but
kind of
that
goes with
hurt
Dakota Kai.
me because I love me some goddamn God.
Trust me, I was a big fan of Kenta. And to look back at his previous wrestling, bro, you got to see his matches in Noah. Oh my god, some of the stuff he was doing there is insane. But to say the least, Dakota Kai, where do you see her going?
Home. Just
Damn.
I it's really weird to see, especially since she was planted, watered, soiled, grew out the pot, placed into the outside area to get real sunlight. Like, she was fully grown in WWE. As
So was
like,
Dolph.
Dolph wasn't.
Yeah, he was. Remember, he Spirit Squad and everything.
Well, yeah, no. Well, so there's a difference in between he went to WWE and then he was grown. Dolph
Okay.
wasn't grown in the performance center.
Okay, you mean like
Dakota,
that? Okay.
yeah, Dakota Kai.
Okay.
She
Okay.
came
Okay.
from like the she was seed planted, grown, went through the NXT, uprooted from the NXT pot, planted outside, was on Raw, WWE. She's been there for she grew there. And so it's like seeing her anywhere else is just weird. But like, I mean, I think that the real thing is the fact, like, I don't care to see her anywhere else. Is the problem. Yeah, I know.
And you was just
Dakota,
saying Dakota Kai be Dakota Kai. What happened?
listen, man. the, she was trying, and while she was there, I was rooting for her to get somewhere. And she came real close, and then her brittle bones got the best of her, and then they was like I feel as if like her last chance was that Intercontinental title run, like when she was getting real close to winning the IC belt, but then it was like it was either during it or like just after it, she got hurt and she was pulled from like a couple of shows, and I'm just like,
And you see why I like him with meat on the bone.
maybe this ain't for you, boo boo. Like maybe um
Ooh.
I,
Maybe as a valet, maybe a valet. Would you not even say a
that
valet?
that's what she's been for like the last 5 years. God damn.
Oh God,
Come
go
on. Like,
swag, swag,
listen, this hurts
swag.
me. This hurts me to say, but it's just like I got nothing left. I
Oh
got nothing
man,
left for you, girl. Like,
swag. No. Oh my God. All right. Well, I would say if she was going somewhere, I feel like Stardom. I don't
be
even watch
nice.
Stardom. Stardom will probably be. What I'm gonna say, I don't watch it actively enough to know the roster, but I feel like she would fit Stardom. Like that aesthetic that is Stardom and their wrestlers. Not saying they all have brittle bones, but just like the aesthetic that Dakota Kai is as a wrestler and the wrestling style that Dakota Kai is familiar with, Stardom would be really up her alley. Going to TNA would be stupid. That roster, while it is good, it just I wouldn't want to see her in a TNA ring. Okay, I just wouldn't want it. Just like how you
I,
said, I just wouldn't want to see it.
yeah, like, cause it's one of those things where, and maybe I'm just closed minded, but I just feel like for her, and then with what these other promotions that I see got going on, right? Like, maybe New Japan, like, because
Well,
it's
Stardom is
it's
somewhat
something
connected
different.
to. Yeah, Stardom is
Oh,
somewhat
okay.
connected to New Japan. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, like maybe, yeah, then maybe there, because like in AEW, there's not enough TV time for her, and
I wouldn't want to see her going against people like Tony Storm anyway. I don't feel like I don't.
because they would because as it's presented, as of right now, as how it's been presented, she would get thrashed, she would get broken again.
Yeah. Oh man, God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This
Fam,
motherfucker.
listen, she has been broken so many times. Like her whole run with Damage Control, she was just the cheerleader on the side of the ring.
Damn.
And she was so broken that that wrestlers legitimately could not touch her because of how broken she was. And so when everyone would get jumped in Damage Control, she's the only one standing because she was so broken. It didn't make sense to touch her. Slash, they couldn't because she just was absolutely not cleared to be in the ring. And so it's just like,
Stardom bound is Dakota Kai. I would hope she would go to Stardom. If I'm gonna see her anywhere, definitely not in AEW, definitely not in TNA. It's either WWE or Stardom. That's the only thing I can see her as. So Shayna Baszler, man, this one hit hard for me because I'm a big Shayna Baszler fan.
send her
I
with her.
watch Center with her to Stardom.
Yeah, send her Stardom.
Hell no. She's great in
Really?
GCW. She's great in GCW.
All right. I guess.
GCW, either GCW or if she does go to AEW, she would be the monster that would dethrone. Either she, I would feel like she would be the monster that would dethrone either Bane whenever she gets the title from Tony, because I feel like obviously they're pushing Bane to be the next champion, but Shayna Baszler's style to me fits either GCW or AEW because AEW's already got crazy matches and crazy stipulation kind of stuff, and GCW already fits that. But because she's such a raw fighter, actually, and I hate if they did this, I would hate it. Actually, I pray they don't do this. She might go to the Blackpool Club with John Moxley because that's the whole team's aesthetic. The whole team's aesthetic is Shayna Baszler in a nutshell. It's literally her. And that's why I'm like, if they did it, please don't. Like, don't get put in there. But you would fit there, but don't like.
Yeah, I see it. But I
Mm.
mean, so personally, I mean, BS aside, because
Mm.
I was being facetious and mean, but like I would actually see Shayna Baszler going really far on TNA
Oh yeah, she'll fucking if she goes there, she's getting the title immediately. Like put that bitch on
because
her and just let her go.
because when it comes to female wrestling, TNA's females don't miss. They have not missed. They
Knockout. Nope.
continue to not miss. TNA knockouts are TNA knockouts is where women's wrestling has always been and has never left. Okay. Like WWE could say they have their female renaissance, but where the women in WWE was fighting for their freedoms, TNA females was living free like they lived in Denmark. You know what I'm saying? Like they was just out here doing it. They was doing it before, you know, they was doing it when divas was still a thing. You know what I'm saying? Now that divas are gone, they've just been doing it even more, kind of like. So it's like, I think if she went to TNA, honestly, I could see her going to TNA and then proving her worth, and then coming back to WWE as the woman she's always been, and should have continued to be on the main roster.
I'm so
Because
mad that we didn't get that run. I was so mad we
they
didn't get that run.
when they brought her from NXT to the main roster, it was like they unnecessarily diminished her.
It was like they
Like,
got it in the beginning from the Elimination Chamber and then the Survivor Series match. It was like, oh, we're getting it. Oh, we're getting it. Yes, we're getting it.
but
And then
in her defense of being there, she was still there during a time when
the
we
man.
were still trying to understand yay women's wrestling.
No, it was the man. The man became that thing. So, or Becky Lynch, because during that era is when she got hit and she
Are you saying
became
are
it.
you saying Becky Lynch killed Shayna Baszler's push?
Yes, I will say I will stand on that because whenever Becky Lynch became that person, you can't have two people up there. It's not like, well, not saying that Shayna Baszler could have went to maybe Raw or whatever opposition of the show was, but it was just like WWE can't have more than one woman who's like boom for some reason. Cause yeah, we got Bianca Belair, we know she's the shit. We got Rhea Ripley, we know she's the shit. But they normally ever just make it one. Like it's normally boom, this is the one. And I feel like whenever Rhea Ripley became champion, boom, she was the one. Whenever Bianca Belair was champion, boom, she was the number one woman that we're pushing as that division. Compared to with the men, there's so many of them that boom, this is the guy. Does that make
Now,
sense?
I can possibly agree that that Becky Lynch probably stomped her fire out a little bit.
Because
Uh,
you also have Ronda
and
Rousey there at the same time with Charlotte Flair. No,
and to that fact, because that Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are literally built from the exact same cloth and whatnot. I
that
know
too.
I have come to learn and understand that Ronda Rousey was actually not supposed to be a success. She became a success in her own right, but nothing was actually going for her. Like
No.
I've come to learn and understand that Vince McMahon actually didn't give a fuck about the whole Ronda Rousey thing. As a matter
Mm.
of fact, it was Triple H and Triple H alone who was pushing to make Ronda Rousey what she ended up being. Which is
Yep, the
why
monster.
whenever you see Ronda Rousey talk about wrestling, she'll take the biggest dump on it, but she will always make sure she makes it clear. I love Hunter. Hunter is the best. he is the greatest thing since sliced bread. But fuck wrestling.
Yeah, because she wanted
And
to be booked a certain way, and he knew how to book her.
well, not just that, but she wanted to be booked a certain way. He did know how to book her, and she, but and for it came from women. Women were never given the amount of time to be successful in that particular way, kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. Like she talks a lot about how, like what was it? I think she was, I forgot who specific she was going on about. I think she was actually commenting about, like, like Logan Paul. It's all
Yeah.
like, yeah, Logan Paul, he can have fantastically cool and amazing matches because on the back end he's actually training very, very hard and going over step by step by step by step by step to make sure he knows what he needs to do for his matches. And she's like, when I was doing it, I didn't get a chance to talk to anybody about my matches. It was just like, hey, we're going to do this. And like maybe I would get like 10, 15, if I'm even lucky, 30 minutes tops to explain a match. And then after it be explained, right as we're about to go out there, it's like, oh, hey, you know that stuff that you worked so hard to try and figure out and get talked about? Yeah, we actually just changed that. So you're going to do this now. Okay, bye bye. And it was like, ass. And so, yeah, that's her bid when it comes to that. But going back to Shayna, it's like she, you know, she was kind of sort of in that group, and she kind of works similar. If honestly, she's better than Ronda Rousey when it comes to wrestling,
Way better.
and which is not Ronda Rousey's fault. Because because I mean, considering the fact that both of them came from MMA, and then like Shayna Baszler went MMA to becoming a wrestler. The difference between Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler is that Shayna Baszler, when she got done, she went to NXT in the Performance Center. Ronda Rousey did not.
Main roster.
She went straight to main. She got the Kurt Angle treatment, where Kurt Angle learned how to wrestle. Uh,
On the
he
go.
had yeah, he was actively learning how to wrestle right before her eyes. That was also Ronda Rousey. And so, but I feel because Shayna Baszler is as good as she is, and the fact that she did come in during that time when the man was manning, it's like that. I can easily agree that stomped her fire out so bad that she's been nothing but smolders ever since.
Ooh.
And it's like, because it's like because then they put her in this tag team, and it was like, man. And
I remember
then
they kept calling it the lesbians. That was crazy.
because
Yeah, everybody.
because because they were, except one.
Yeah.
I know
She's
only
bi.
one of them.
One, she's bi.
I mean, regardless, I'm sure they all like a little cat from time to time, regardless. But like
From time to time. You mean
they
all the
did
time.
not need to. They did not need to be a tag team. Okay,
I feel like Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler would have been ideal,
but the problem is when it comes to them being a tag team, because those two are so like physical, roughneck, badass girls
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. Compared, it's the whole situation where it's all like those two girls. I'm sure if you put all the WWE divas that were there at the time in one room, her and Shayna Baszler is beating everybody in IRL.
and
Okay,
and that's and that's another thing about wrestling sometimes that really hurts certain wrestlers. Uh, freak, who was the conversation? Oh God, I literally was just having this moment of like, there are certain people that they book. It's like in IRL, this person should be knocking you the f out. Like he should be fucking you up so royally, but you get booked like trash every time. And so now it's a point where anything you do is not believable.
and that's
When
what
that
happened with
person
Shayna
pops up,
Baszler.
yeah. Yep.
That's Shayna Baszler, and you can even throw in her tag team partner. Like both of them, Zoe. They are two girls who in put them in a cage with anybody. They're beating them bloody.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but put them in a wrestling ring because of how because of the presentation that they have. It's like it's hard for them to take a loss and it not hurt their image. It's like the authors of
Mm-hmm.
pain. There's a
That's
reason
who it
why
was.
they're gone.
There you go. There you go. That's who it was. That's who it was. Because I was literally going through my list of theme songs, and I was like, man, why Arthur's? They had such a good theme. You have fucking what's his name as your fucking Paul? You have him as your manager. Like, what? Why is this not like one of the most dominant teams in the roster? Oh wait, the
They're too
roster they're too
they're too
strong because
dominant.
yeah, there's
You
no
get
way they should be losing.
it's actually the Undertaker and Kane Brothers of Destruction situation. Like, there's a reason why they were only a tag team for so long, and there's a reason why they only had the belts for so little time. Because you put the belts on the Brothers of Destruction. Who realistically is beating the Undertaker and his little brother, little big brother Kane? Who's who's actually beating them?
3D.
How? By cheating. Yes, I get it. Sure. That's the only
Three
way you're
by
beating the
3D.
Brothers of Destruction.
By the 3Ds.
But no, no. Even with
Because
that,
the 3D,
like,
no, the 3D was one of the most protected tag team moves in that era. If they hit it, it was done.
see, that's another argument for a different
You
time
you right,
in a
you right,
different
you
place.
right, you right. I'm just saying, to me, if we were on paper, if it would happen, it would only be the Dudley Boys. And that era when they were present, like it could have been Edge and Christian, it could have been Hardy's, it could there was nobody else that if on paper, if you put them in a match and it made sense, it had to be the Dudley Boys. The only one. And I think the Dudley Boys were the only ones who did do it.
I don't think they've ever beaten them for the belts. And even then, the one time that I'm currently recalling when the Dudley Boys and the Brothers of Destructions, like, they ever fought each other,
Mm-hmm.
they came out to the ring and attacked them with chairs to start
Yeah, it
everything
was
off.
never clean. Yeah.
So it's like, but to that bit though, it's like with the Authors of Pain, they kind of fell
Mm-hmm.
into that same situation. And what the problem they ended up doing was the fact that they would let them lose way too prematurely. Way
Mm-hmm.
premature. They would let the Authors of Pain lose to somebody like I don't I actually can't recall a time. I think the only time I've ever seen them like lose where one of the Authors of Pain were pinned, I think, was to Bobby Lashley, because that was when Bobby Lashley's group was going against all of them with Carrion and stuff like that. But it's like but yeah, they fall into that category where they're just like too devastatingly badass and strong to the point where they will fight and they'll lose to like Pretty Deadly, and then it's just like, why should I care about the Authors of Pain?
Yeah, I forgot who beat them. Okay, the Brothers of Destruction lost to Stone Cold and Triple H for the titles.
Which that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because because two top guys. And if you look up who beat Authors of Pain, not two top not two top guys, I'll tell you that.
This DIY was one time.
And then when you look at DIY and you look at the Authors of Pain, and
That's what I'm
tell me,
saying.
how does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, they don't. And it
And
was,
so it's like,
I think it was a ladder match they wanted in too.
it's one of those deals where when they get people like that, it's like they'll push them as like these badasses, but then then we have Shayna Baszler lose to someone that's like, I can't think of someone off the top. Funny enough, I was about to say, but then we
Dakota
have.
Kai.
I was
I knew your
I
brain was
was
going.
trying
I
I
knew
was
you was going
trying
there.
not to
I
say
knew
that.
you was going
Okay.
there. I
But
knew it.
realistically, though, if you look at Dakota Kai and you look at Shayna Baszler, like, why is Dakota Kai going over?
You're absolutely
However,
right.
I
Why?
actually don't think Dakota Kai has actually ever beaten Shayna Baszler, to
I'm just
my
saying
knowledge.
it's just that kind of situation. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, no, that
Yeah.
exactly. But
Yeah.
I'm just like recalling. I'm like, I actually don't think, because they fought each other. And Shayna Baszler beat the brakes off of Dakota Kai. If my memory persists, like the brakes. Break it up, break it up, break it up.
But
Oh yeah, Senator
outside of
TNA.
that, outside of that, uh, we have some of those individuals who unfortunately left, and where they go next. We just hope that there's some really good opportunities for them in the future. Just really hope so.
Oh, listen, that I feel as if like, because when you get let go, it's like working. I mean, they are not even. It's like working. They work for the best business in the world. So it's like, once they're free, anybody will take them. It's really just up to them at that point of where do they want to go? Because especially Shayna Baszler, and honestly, especially with Dakota Kai, like someone's going, wow.
The way you were just talking about her, and all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, people. No, they probably might
No,
even see them brittle bones and be like, nah.
I mean they might. To be honest, she's been injured so goddamn much, but but she has a credibility to her, considering the fact that she's been in WWE for that long. There is something besides her brittle bones that she has to contribute to anywhere and everywhere she could possibly go to. And so, yeah, maybe she should just be somebody's beautiful valet. You know what I'm saying? That can
Because
every
she
once
is
in a while jump
definitely
up and
beautiful.
she
Definitely.
could
We
jump off and do a hurricane ride to somebody and keep it pushing. You know what I'm
like we
saying?
do.
Or a quick intergender match or something like that. So that she does not hurt herself anymore. Because
I
Lord
can't
knows.
even. But outside of that, I want to get now into the real topic of the day. Not saying that the other one isn't as important, but the real one that I've been spending days, if not an entire week, trying to find this list. And I know you've been deep diving into your podcast, you've been deep diving into the music that you've been listening to. But
I
man,
feel as if this was harder for you than it was for me.
I don't
Like
know, man. You
with
will you hear my
with the
process? I don't know.
with the way that, so how are we going to do it? Should we start with our number 10 and then go up?
Well, so I want you to just give me your 10 in general. The ranking, are you going off a ranking? Because I was gonna make you rank it at the end.
Oh, they're already ranked, buddy. I
Oh
got,
shit.
yeah, fam. Yeah, fam. I got everything. It's all right here. It's all right here. I got it. So here, and this is how I was able to do it. I'll explain to you the process, okay?
Okay, go for
So
it.
I
Oh
started
wait,
off.
before we do that, so that way the audience understands what we're doing here. So if you weren't here in the last episode, I challenged Swag to give me his top 10 wrestling theme songs of all time. That's from any promotion, whatever you watched, wherever. Give me your top 10 theme songs. That is the base of this topic right now. And now I want you to give me your process of how did you get this top 10?
So here's how it was. And I could even tell you the ones I specifically started with. Because I first just said, what are three theme songs that came to mind? First one, Cody Rhodes' Kingdom, Randy Orton's Voices, and John Cena's Time Is Now, right? And so I put those three to start the list. And then I just started listening to theme songs. And so I would listen to a theme song. So let's say The Miz's theme song comes on. I'm listening to it. I'm like, do I like The Miz's theme song more than I like John Cena? Do I like it more than I like Cody Rhodes' theme song? Do I like it more than Randy Orton's? And if I do, then it goes on top. And if I don't, it will fall somewhere in between there. And that's what I did for probably a grand total of, I would say, maybe not consecutively, but probably about a good like uh like 19, 20 hours. I was listening
It
to
has been a
wrestling
lot.
theme songs,
It has been a lot.
one song after another. And so I have my list. Now let it be known. I'll even, not even showing, but it's like the list is long. Okay. That's how long I had been doing it, right? There are songs that I did not write down because near like hour 17 and 18, I'll listen to a song and then I will look at this long list and I'm just like, it's not better than any of these ones that I have at the top. So I'm not even going to bother writing it down. Or I'll think, I'm like, oh, this one might be, but then I'll like put it in. I'm like, nope, it didn't get high enough. And so top 10. And this is order from number 1 to number 10.
Wait, so is 10 the highest or 1 the highest?
Number 1 is the highest.
They go from 10 to 1.
Okay.
Go 10 to 1.
So because we're going from 10 to 1, right? To just give the quick shout outs to numbers 11, 12, 13, and I'll even say 14.
Leave the
Oh,
honorable
what?
mentions to at the whenever you get to when you get to 1, leave the honorable mentions from when you're about to give 1.
Okay.
Because this is going to be like
cool.
a true list, like on YouTube and stuff like that. They normally go from 10 to 1, and when you get to 1, you do the honorable mentions.
Got it. All right. So in that case, number 1, Test's theme song. This is
10.
a test.
That's number 10, right?
Yeah, number 10.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Let me
So
try
which
again.
version though?
The one that is called This Is a Test.
Is that is that the WrestleMania 2000 one?
Yes. AKA Test's original.
Oh, wait. Okay,
yeah.
wait. Because the WrestleMania 2000 one was the really weird audio one, and then there's the test. Gonna go where I wanna go.
That's
Peace.
the one.
No, not that one. The other one's for me. The 2000 one. I like that one better. But go ahead.
But that's number 10.
Okay. Do you have
Number
a reason
9,
why? Do you have a reason why for number 10 though?
a reason why that one is number 10, or a reason why I like that song so much?
Reason why you like that song, yeah.
Because I like that song mostly just because, and especially considering the songs that it beat, it just hits right. It just hits right. Like I actually almost don't remember the version of the Test theme song that you're talking about. This one has always been
2000
one for me.
Because it's the same. It's go ahead.
It's not. Whatever one was on WrestleMania 2000, I'm not recalling it. But if you type in test and you type in This Is a Test,
yeah,
because that's what it's called on Spotify at least.
Yeah.
So that's that. So that's the version I prefer, because he does have another version, which
it's
was
like
after this.
Like 3 versions.
Which was after this, and that one wasn't good at all to me. I mean, it was okay.
But... yeah, the one where he went heel. No, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Funny enough, that's actually not even the one that I'm talking about.
Oh,
because there is another one that he has that trying to figure out when it was after the one that I like though.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and because this he did have multiple theme songs. Another thing that I did do was whenever I came to a particular wrestler, which actually this is very relevant for my number 9. When it came to a certain wrestler and they had like they had a theme song, but they had like maybe like 4 or 5 versions of it that I did really really like.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do a little mini uh, uh, um, list to figure out which one that I liked the best. So
Mm-hmm.
any wrestler who you hear who you know had several different theme songs, I picked my favorite one of their several different theme songs.
Okay, okay.
And so going into number 9, and actually it's funny that I said that because I actually kind of broke the rules just a little bit, only because it was way too hard for me to pick which one of these I liked. But
Okay.
Christian. Number 9 is Christian. I like his Christian Cage theme song, which is the one from TNA, which is the one
Okay.
that he currently has now.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is in a deadlock title lock tie with the original version, which was the one that he first had when he came back and he was,
If you
Christian with his
close
feet.
your eyes, the truth. Yeah, that one. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Those ones are tied for number 9 because it was just way too hard for me to pick specifically which one of those two I like
Mm-hmm.
because each one of them gets me hype as hell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's my number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, Big Show's original theme song.
God damn it, Jeff.
Big Show's original.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Yep, yep. That do be slapping. It do be slapping. I'm making a list. I'm making your list for like YouTube so that way I can put it on our channel later on. So like I'm taking the Titantron
Gotcha.
and everything. So that's what I'm doing. Go ahead.
So, original Big Show's theme song, number 8.
Is there a reason
Now
why
it's
though?
funny. Uh, I've always loved the Big Show's theme song. As a matter of fact, to this day, when I almost sing his theme song daily because it's just become like a catchphrase of mine when something would happen. Like, like when something happens and you're
Well,
just in there like, uh-oh. Me, I always, well, and that's me
well,
every
at the
time.
page, yeah. Mm, mm,
As a matter
mm,
of fact,
mm, mm,
sometimes
mm,
you'll actually
mm,
even
mm,
catch me
mm,
putting
mm.
it in chat. Sometimes because I say it so much in person, sometimes my friends will even like be all like something will happen and be like, where normally I actually do Big Show's second theme songs well, but if
Because
it's
that the way that well is a little bit better. Yeah,
because
yeah,
it fits better.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
if something that's just absolutely buck wild, then we will hit the original Big Show's theme song.
Well,
But of course, Big Show's theme songs just don't miss because his one in T in AEW, that one's Chef Kiss too.
I don't think I've actually heard. Let me check that one out. Let me check that one. Keep going though, but I'm gonna check that one out. I don't think I ever
Damn, that one,
actually.
damn, I love that one. And listen, it's funny because I actually quote the lyrics to that song as well. Only because like when you quote them out of context, their meaning. Because like I'll sometimes quote, "Man, it's been one long road and we're just getting started." I quote that, and then I also quote, "This journey is my life." And those are just two of the quotes that I always take from that because I always, when it comes to certain situations, and so for example, like if we're talking about how like we're just having a really really like if it's like a really bad day or you're having a really bad time, that's where the quote comes in. It's been one long road and we're just getting started. because that's the first line of the song.
Yeah, no, I'm listening
And
to it.
then later on, he makes the statement, "This journey is my life."
I just love the
And
thing of
so,
no more BS. I love that. I love that about his Titantron. No more BS.
mhm. It's
This
too bad
journey
that
is my life.
too bad he did not do anything in AEW, but
He wasn't
that's
really going to, but yeah.
he made it seem like he was going to, but
Nah.
I digress.
I would get
But
that
yeah,
shirt though. If he had a no more BS shirt, I get that shit. Mm.
so that's number 8. Number
Okay.
7, Goldust's theme song.
I goddamn knew it.
Mhm. I was almost surprised that
Oh.
Goldust did last this long in the top. It almost got pushed out, but yeah, Goldust's theme song.
Mm.
And for all intents and purposes, all versions of them slap.
Everyone.
Besides the artist formerly known as
Oh yeah,
Goldust.
that shit was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Listen, I used to think that wasn't a theme song. Like I thought that was fake. And then like I've gone back and watched like old episodes and I'm like, no, he did use it. And it's like I just don't recall because I remember watching him do this weird shit as a kid.
Yeah,
But it's like
BDSM Gold Dust. Yeah.
yeah, I
BDSM
just
Gold
did
Dust is
not
a thing.
recall. I just didn't recall the music that was playing at the time. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
did, boy, let me tell you. But
I
it
want.
was,
I just hope I. Now, anyway. Continue on. let's
but
let's
yeah, it would
go.
be pretty
Why
much
that one?
why that because Goldust's theme song is such a vibe and is just Goldust. Period is such a vibe and such a character. He's like one of my top favorite, like characters when it comes
Of
to
wrestling.
wrestlers. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like his theme song, it just sounds so dope. And it's so different. And when it comes to theme songs, especially when you like, if you were to listen to this list of songs that I have here, they're all so different and so like specific sounding. Is like no, there's no other wrestler out there that has a theme song that remotely sounds close to Goldust.
Except
Nobody.
Stardust.
And even then, that's
Still in
almost
the
a complete
area.
cop out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because once again, Goldust made Stardust, kind of. Like there would be no Stardust if there wasn't Goldust.
To me, Goldust was the perfect. When you say wrestling gimmick, Goldust was the perfect like example of what a real wrestling gimmick should be. Like if you're gonna go hard into your gimmick and be what it is instead of that whole like, okay, his wrestling gimmick is a superhero. Like, Gregory Helms is another perfect example, like of
Mhm.
a wrestling gimmick done right.
Yeah.
Goldust is one, Hurricane Helms is done one.
Undertaker is one.
Yes, these are just like gimmicks that can just never die. Like it can go on for years and it would still be fine.
However, because I actually saw someone talking about this one time, comparing like Goldust and Undertaker, is the fact that where Undertaker's gimmick, because it's a gimmick,
Yeah.
but there was such a mystique and such a character that was carried with it that allowed it to retain all of its dignity and all of like its cool factor throughout the whole years. Goldust, though his gimmick was a full gimmick and whatnot, because of the way it was presented. And then there was also the fact that there was backlash, and then like Goldust actually had to pull back from doing his gimmick because he did it too good, kind of
He,
thing.
he apparently
And
even wanted to get he wanted to get brats too. He was really into it.
yes, he was going full tilt, but because of the fact they had to pull back and there was so much backlash from it and whatnot, his gimmick kind of sort of went down a different lane from Undertaker's, because there was a time where Goldust and Undertaker were kind of sort of like, well, I won't say they were like right here with each other, but they
Mm-hmm.
faced each other and they had like their whole little shtick and stuff like that. But it's just the fact that where Undertaker's gimmick, though it was a gimmick, it was serious. Goldust's his gimmick kind of sort of went down like the goofy route kind of thing. And
Yeah.
which at the end of the day is not bad. As a matter of fact, Goldust himself has also said, or shall we call him Dustin, but he himself has also said the fact that like he loved his goofy shit. He was like, that was the most fun that I was having ever, kind of thing, and I don't hate it. I loved it, and I'll do it again because it was good shit. And he was getting paid, so
The
it's
Booker
one of
T
those
stuff will
things.
be legendary no matter what.
Exactly.
No
But
matter
it's
what.
just one of those things, like, as far as the theme song goes, it's just, it is such a sound and it is such a notion. And no matter how goofy he would be inside or outside of the ring, his theme song made him so much cooler than what he portrayed himself during that time. Now, when he left and he came back and he had that stunt when he was with his brother and stuff like that, like he slapped the cool factor back on the Gold Dust thing because
Mm-hmm.
he
He started
because
mixing up
now
his
he
paint
was,
too. Yeah.
yeah, he started doing that. He was wrestling, like actually performing and stuff like that. Like I feel if he was allowed to be Gold Dust again, like right now, kind of thing, which I don't know if he'd
He
even
doesn't want
want
to.
to,
He doesn't want
but
to.
it's like if he was to be Gold Dust like right now with what he's doing right now, he would the name Gold Dust would get elevated to such a heights because of like taking how good of an actual wrestler he is and then putting the Gold Dust name behind it. Oh,
Could you imagine him versus Velveteen Dream?
oh,
The
or even
match would.
better, just joining up with him, like
Oh man!
the gold,
Oh,
they'd
ooh,
be like the Golden
the Gold
Dream,
Dream.
like what? Such a missed out opportunity that could have been.
Oh my god! Woo.
It would have been great.
Okay, yeah. Go on
It
to
would.
the next one before I have a moment. Whew.
So number 6, who was the song that almost messed up my whole process. Oscar, the future.
Okay, okay.
And I almost regret not putting her on this list because the next song that I thought of, but I was like, no, I don't. I couldn't put it on the list, and like I'm almost regretting that I didn't because when I thought of Oscars, I also immediately thought of Amber Moon, her theme song when she was in
Okay.
NXT. Her that song, oh, just slap her. But nah, Oscars, like I, Oscars theme song showed up like when I was like her theme song showed up when I was like nearing the tail end, and I'm like, okay, I'm hearing these songs. I'm like, they're good, but they're not doing it. And all of a sudden, Oscars came on, and I was like, hold up, do I like Oscar more than Randy Orton? Shit, more, more, more than Big Show? God damn, more than Goldust right now? Oh, snap. And then I'm like, wait, more than my number 5? Not quite, not quite, not quite, not quite. Okay, all right.
All
Number
right,
6.
all right, all right, all right. Valid.
Because that theme song is just fire. pure fire. I hate her new one because her new one is just if if the first theme song was the first movie that was an absolute banger, her second theme song is the second movie that's like, we didn't really need a second movie. That's how I feel about it. And so the future, like, listen, this theme song was my ringtone for quite some time. As a matter of fact, outside of Big Show's and Tessa's theme song, every theme song who I've spoken of were theme songs were ringtones once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that bit. So the theme song that Asuka could not beat was Chris Benoit's "No Holding Me Back."
So whatever.
That's my
I think
number
it's
5.
whatever. Yeah, whatever.
I think it
It's just
actually
called
is
whatever.
called whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That theme song, nothing but hype. Just
Okay.
it's a good theme song. Like it's one of the main theme songs that I can put on and I can listen to on repeat for like hours for no
And
reason.
then no holding me back. Cause I'm
Exactly.
driven by fear. And yeah, I'll go ahead and get it that. Let me go ahead and stop. That is a good one. And even to the point where remember when Killing Spree made a beat off of it, bro? I wanted to do something to that beat so bad.
I remember, I just don't remember what it sounded like anymore.
It's very slow. Like you have to I have the beat still, but like it's one of those like, ooh, I want to do something so bad to it. Anyway, so that's number 5.
Oh yeah, now we're getting the top 5 top 5 territory.
Oh, so that
All
wasn't
right.
number 5.
No, that was number 5.
Okay,
I
cool.
guess I should say we are now in top 5 territory.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris Benoit, number 5. Number 4. Sorry about your damn luck. Beer Money theme song from TNA.
Which one? Because there's a specific one.
Which
Is it
it's
the
the
original one or is it the uh um and
not the
I
one with the.
ride? You talking about that one?
I actually see you saying that. What's the original one you're
Da da
talking
da
about?
da 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 da. He's from the country. He's from
Oh
the city.
no, I thought that was. Oh, I actually don't think I've ever heard that one.
It's the
I
OG
own.
one, yeah.
Then they must have changed it real quickly
Yeah.
because the one that I'm talking about is the one where it's actually called where
Sorry about your damn luck.
mhm,
Yep.
yeah, that's the one. And I don't give a damn what you
What you
think,
think? You gotta do
cause I'm a
the
gambler, cause I'm a gambling man. I play to win. Sing it now. Sorry about your damn luck.
Yep, that's the motherfucking shit. Yes, it is.
I used to be able to play that on the guitar. I used to be able to play that.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I used to be able to play that theme song. Which
Mm.
also another fact when it comes to these theme songs, I used to be able to play Beer Money's theme song. I used to play with Big Show's theme song is actually a really easy thing to learn to play on the guitar. Um and yeah, Big Show's and I I was figuring out Christian's theme song a little bit.
Here's the thing I think we both can agree as fans of Beer Money. Like I think that's a tag team we both can say like that's our tag team, like one of our favorite tag teams we both enjoy. But when you
Oh,
say
100%.
Beer Money, you gotta say it so hard, and you a blood vessel better be here when you say beer. You gotta scream that shit to
Listen,
the fucking
when
heavens.
you said it and like the your mic was all like, no, cut him, cut him.
Oh, okay. So it's beer money.
But yeah, no, like when Beer Money was doing their thing in TNA, they could do no wrong in my eyes.
Nothing.
They were they were one of the best tag teams that I feel like nobody be talking about because they work so good together.
They and to hear the story of how they were formed, and the promo was like basically the promo they cut after the match where they just got thrown together. It was like there's two things in this world that are absolute. That's beer and money. And right there, the minute that they said that sentence, it was done. The
Beer Money
team was formed.
Incorporated.
Yes.
Beer Money Incorporated. That's my number 4. My
Mhm.
number 3, which now that we
I
did talk
know
about
these
it,
three. Yeah, I know these three now.
we talked about it, makes me sad that he might be going, but Shinsuke Nakamura's first thing when he first came to WWE.
Oh, so it shifted now. Okay.
Shinsuke Nakamura is my number 3. Fam, his theme song is so dope.
It is.
And
Oh my
I've
god.
even gone and listened to like his New Japan theme song. And it is dope too. Like it is worthy of being spoken of. But like Shinsuke's theme song, like, and then just everything that Shinsuke was, oh my god! Listen, when Shinsuke came to WWE, I, it's Shinsuke is someone who like because I never watched any of his prior stuff. When he
Oh yeah,
came to
when he had
WWE,
strippers when he was going out to the ring and shit.
and it's
Yeah.
like he comes to WWE, and like it's not often I just instantly fall in love with somebody like that. Like just like as soon as he comes on, I'm like, yep, that's it. That's all I need. That's him. It's him. I need him to go to the moon and beyond. Like
That yeah,
it's
no, I'm telling you, that gave me goosebumps. Like whenever he first came out at NXT, and whenever I sometimes still watch the video package of him and Sammy because the literal goosebumps you get whenever he finally hits the fucking ring. You hear that song and he does the and he it was like aura,
fam.
true aura is that moment.
There are few times where I've been at a show live and someone's theme song hits and I like out of nowhere just randomly get emotional. Just like cuz I'm that excited and that hyped. And I was at the SmackDown after WrestleMania when they was at the camping stadium the last time they was at camping stadium. um I forget which WrestleMania that was, but that was where they had the big globe and the fucking roller coaster background and stuff, Titantron. And so he so it was like I think there was a promo about the fact that I think Shinsuke was supposed to be going to SmackDown, but unbeknownst to us, we were going to actually get Shinsuke that night. And so, you know how they have like the dark match at the very end?
Mm-hmm.
So, our dark match at the very end, like, I think like Dolph Ziggler was in the ring, like he had a match or something like that. And then all of a sudden, Shinsuke's music starts playing. I could have cried because of how, like, number one, like, I was not prepared, and then it was all like, wait, Shinsuke's coming to SmackDown? He's what? What? Like I lost it. That's why I have so many Shinsuke shirts. I got like 3 or 4 of them. Like I bought a lot of shirts in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I
And
got
because
two of
like
his. Yeah.
and what was also dope was the fact because like literally I, it was cool because they had that match. Him versus my boy Dolph Ziggler, okay, of all people. And then funny enough, I got to watch pretty much that exact same match happen later on because the first person who Shinsuke was feuding with was indeed Dolph Ziggler. So it was like we got the preview of the feud before the feud happened. And so that shit was dope. But yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura's theme song, another song that used to be my ringtone. Absolute banger. and it's really hard to get better than Shinsuke's theme song.
You got two more.
Unless it's the second song and it being The Brood. Gangrel's theme song.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I've been waiting for when I hear one of those. Go ahead. Explain. Explain.
What is there to explain? The Brood's theme song is probably the Brood's theme song is one of the best theme songs, period. And the fact it is like one of those few times where it's all like, man, I love Gangrel, but like you deserved a much stronger push with a theme song like this. Like your theme song had no business knocking
Being
this
that
hard
cold. Yeah. Being that
for
cold.
for you to do nothing. like you
The
should
brood
have
theme.
been.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You first.
I was about to say the Brood theme song is one of those songs that I still regret that we never rapped on when we were doing music actively. Like that's one of those songs. Like why that? Like it's such a beat that should have been just destroyed with lyrics, and it don't need it. But like especially, bro.
So my answer to that is what you just said, because it
It
doesn't
don't.
need it.
But I
And
just
if
wanted to
it's
free on
going
it.
to have it,
Oh man.
which is also the other issue that I know was always for me, is like, nigga, what are you going to even say on a track like this?
Do we do it
Like,
justice? Yes.
like what do I say? Like at this point, it's like, how can I elevate this already extremely lifted track? You know, as like it's not like I'm like a big vampire connoisseur, so I'm not gonna come up on this track like rapping about blood sucking and vampire shit and stuff like that. And then like if that's not what I'm saying, any other thing probably might sound a little off-putting, unless if I'm coming up on some demon time type shit, which once again is very far away from what I personally am about. So I'm just like, I don't want to rap on this and someone being like, yo, this shit's whack. Dope ass beat, but yo, these bars are weak. I'm just like,
And that's what I
back.
felt too. But it's just one of those like, man, I'll freestyle to it just for
Oh,
fun.
100%.
Yeah,
Oh,
just the
100%.
fun, just the fun,
All the time.
all the fucking time. But yes, that song, man. I had a battle with that one too. But give me these honorable mentions, man. I want to hear these honorable mentions before we get to that number one.
So I'm going to specifically talk about the songs that, as I was doing it, that literally just got pushed down from being in the top 10. So my number 11 one was Apollo Cruz's theme song when he first showed up. That boom, 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 the fact that you're giving me this look like the fuck is he talking about, but I also know that you really didn't watch a whole lot of NXT.
Oh, I did.
But
I just couldn't remember it off rip. Like,
the, listen, Apollo
oh
Cruz's
yeah,
theme
this
song.
one. Okay. Yeah.
Apollo
No.
Cruz's theme song is so good,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Okay.
he was so good, and he deserves so much more. Like, but they just don't do nothing with him, and it hurts me. But
He was a big
Apollo
guy
Cruz,
who's like a smooth guy, small guy. Yeah. Smaller
exactly.
guy.
Well, he was short, but he was fucking built.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I mean. Like, yeah, he was a big
he was
guy.
ripped. But yeah. So Apollo Cruz's NXT theme song. After Apollo Cruz, number 12 ended up being, funny enough, which goes to show how far it got pushed down. Randy Orton's Voices. It's number 12.
Okay. Okay.
Dolph Ziggler's original theme song. Perfection, the original one. I am perfection.
That,
So take a big shot, give it all you got, bring it on.
I was surprised again. Bring it on. The show off
I
is not that
nah.
way.
I mean, it's dope. It's good, but it's his original "I Am Perfection." Like that's the one that did it for me always. And then after that, Chris Jericho's Chris Jericho's WWE original theme song, "Break Down the Walls of Jericho."
Okay.
Song still slaps.
It does. It does. The OG one. There's another one. It's like a lot of variations ones, but it's that one, and then it's you know I got where it just does that one. For some reason, that intro just slaps what away. It just I don't know why. That was like one of
But
his last runs though.
but yeah, and so those were number 11, 12, 13, and 14. And then number 15 was actually Ministry of Darkness's theme song, Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. So
I'm surprised. I'm surprised it wasn't on this top 10. That's what's blowing my mind though too.
so to let you know, all right, when I first started this list, Randy Orton was number 1. Okay.
Crazy.
When I first started this list. 20 hours later, Randy Orton went from being like Randy Orton was like the do I like this song more than I like Voices? That's what happened. And after a while it went from that to, well, I think what was it? The first song on my list of songs that actually beat Randy Orton ended up being Gold Dust. So Gold Dust used to be number 1. Gold Dust is number 7. Okay. And so, and like, there's a lot of tracks on here. Like some of these other tracks that didn't make it up on here, like I would almost want to be all like, remember this one, just to see how you felt. but but number 1, the number 1 song after all the honorable mentions, of course, it's going to be fucking Kane. What do you expect, bro?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know what you want from me. Okay, I'm real simple. I like what I like, and when I like it a fucking lot. Okay, like it's like what can I do? What do you want me to do? Like Kane's theme song just hits, and it just hits harder than anything else that I can possibly think of. Like there's just there's no beating. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. Of course it's gonna be Kane. Now to be specific, and I think we've actually talked about this once before.
Yeah, which one
but
we both
to
like.
be specific, the one that I prefer, and it's a hard choice because like all of them, all of Kane's theme songs slap up until I would say when he left and he came back and he had the freaking that steel workers mask. Like that theme song was like the last one that was like good. And then like after that, I think he had like 2 other theme songs that were like, all right, you're kind of just beating the dead horse a little bit here with this. But the one that I prefer is indeed Peak Kane's theme song, which is called Bird.
Yeah, we've had this conversation because I like the original while you like Burned.
Correct. Now, don't get me wrong. The original is still great, especially because like the original one, it has like this. It has like a hip hop beat in there. Like
It's more mystique to me. It goes more into the original idea of the character, whereas Burn is just, oh yeah, he's from hell. Yeah, he's from hell.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but no, it's like the original one. It's like there's a in the original one that he comes out to. It's like after you get past the but then like when it gets to that like bridge, there's like they bust out the fucking hip hop drums in there because after like that And I'm like,
that's why whenever they made that rap version, like "Who stole I drop my shine stone? I'm
yeah,
trying to go the chronicle of mine and stone. I gotta go for Connor makes a range of us doing all my position because they brains and stuff." I was like, that.
like,
I was like, bro, this beat is fire.
fam, like it's like just out of nowhere. You just like literally out of nowhere. Also, is like, all right, and you start dropping bars right here. Just like okay, all right.
No problem. Honestly, they didn't even
These
fix the
game
beat up.
bars.
Normally, everybody's beat, like everybody's song, had to be made into a beat. No. They literally just took it and
Yeah,
maybe I think,
just as it was.
yeah, as it
Like,
was, they didn't touch it.
and it's like because it's like literally the whole thing. It's like these the guitar and
Mm-hmm.
the mid the freaking what do they call those organs? The pipe
Yeah.
organ playing, and then on that little tip. So I'm like, okay, all right, cool. We just straight flipped the shit on them. All right, guys, fucks with it.
Yep.
You go get him, King. You do that. You do that thing. Well, yeah, that be my list. Go ahead and show me what you got,
Stop
brother.
big red machine. You don't know me. You don't see me. I'm sorry. So real quick,
Who was it that? Who was the
I
rapper
don't
on that song?
even know who's the rapper. The East Siders, which if it's the East Siders, and I think I know who the East Siders is.
Because
If it's
because
if
it
it's
was
a
an
Sticky
actual
Fingers, that's Onyx. That's Onyx.
wasn't it like because
West
like I'm
Coast artist.
not
It's Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's artist. It's literally called. They're called the East Siders. It's Goldie Lock. There's Big Trey D, and there's Snoop Dogg.
is that so that's who it was?
Yeah. Snoop Dogg, I don't think was on the song because Snoop Dogg
Oh yeah,
he was on the Stone
yeah,
Cold song. Yeah. But his group, the East Siders,
it was the East Siders.
was
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, East
Yeah.
Siders.
Yep.
Because see, I almost got it mixed up because I think because later on, Redman, I believe it was Redman who also did like a
He
rap
did Mankind's, I think. I think he did Mankind's.
because it was Redman. It not was it Method Man?
Method Man did the Rocks.
Okay.
Because finally the Rock has come back. Land on my smack on your monkey crack. Can't they call it axe?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
I
You right.
I never forget that shit. Never forget that shit. No,
Oh, well, maybe it was.
actually, Stone Cold wasn't. I think it was Snoop Dogg because he had WC in it too. Yeah. Um, but all right, my list. Fortunately, I didn't rank it, but I think I did somewhat. I'm not 200% sure. So going from number 10, top rope, catch a vibe. What I drop,
Wow. Of all
bruh.
time,
Big
Swerve.
pressure. I don't, bro. My logic behind this, and this is how I'm gonna tell you how my logic was. My logic behind my top 10 favorites is if the song hits, I gotta scream, put that shit in my veins. Literally inject it, and I am screaming this song to the heavens. It's something about big pressure, bro. Whenever that bitch hits, I'm hype as fuck.
Fair enough.
That song
I
is
mean,
just
I can easily say it's the greatest song on AEW. Period.
nigga. Absolutely. So that's kind of one of those things where if I'm at an AEW event and I don't hear that song, I'm having an
Oh,
issue.
100%. Same.
I'm having an issue.
Same. I'm not
Because
going to an AEW if I know Swerve is not there. Because
literally,
when the track drops, I'm doing the Prince Nana dance, and that's it.
at the same fucking time, and you just knew, bro. It's that's why it's top 10 for me, and it's the lowest for a reason. because out of everything else you're getting ready to hear, it's kind of like how you was like, is it better than this song? It's my logic is put that shit in my veins. And as I
Considering the
was
fact that
listening,
it made it to your top 10, I have no idea what's coming after all of
yeah,
this.
my list is about
If
to
it
blow
made
your
it to 10.
fucking mind. And you probably gonna be looking at me some type of way during this top 10. All
I mean,
right.
it's already begun.
Yeah. So number 9, Funeral March, Undertaker. The OG
Bro,
Funeral March.
Funeral March Taker.
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically because that version of Taker for me was everything. Everything. Oh my gosh, that version of Taker was so dope, especially with the casket matches, and then he did the promo in the fucking casket. Like that was my Taker. That was my Taker. And it's specifically because I like this version because of the gong and the way it sounds. And there is a specific part whenever the chorus is hitting and it does this dun-dun-dun. I don't know why it gets me going. And whenever it hits that boom, boom, doo-doo-doo, like it's that song is everything to me. I will want that shit played at my fucking funeral. Like it's that
Very
fucking good.
interesting.
That song is so goddamn good. I don't know why. It's so good.
Mm. You know,
It
you
hits.
talking about this just made me realize that it's very possible that like the list I gave you could be wrong.
Oh, the one that you made for me?
No. Like the list I just got done telling you,
Uh-huh.
there is a small possibility that it could be wrong. Because I don't know why this theme song did not come to me before, but it just came to me now, and I'm just like, ooh.
Oh, that Funeral March Taker one?
No. It's not that. But I'll tell you after you give me
Okay.
yours.
So,
Because
wait, what happened? Okay. So there's that. Number 8, My Time Triple H.
okay, all
Yep.
right. I'm surprised it's that low, but
Well, I because I didn't rank mine. I really didn't rank mine until you said it. And I had to even
oh,
think about it.
okay,
Yeah, I had to
okay,
think about
got
it. I had to think about
got
it.
you.
So I end up ranking them as I'm looking at them right now because
I find it funny the fact like you was all like, I'm gonna give this to you, see if I can stump you, and then in the midst of doing this, you're all like, oh wait, you did that? Oh snap! I don't know how to do that.
I was gonna see if you could actually do it, like putting you on the fly, but you did it. So it was gonna be that putting you on the fly type shit, and then it's like, oh, actually, you put me on the fly. Fuck, it totally backfired. Goddamn.
Oh god.
So
My time Triple H. Got it. All
because
right.
1999 to 2000 Triple H, as much as I hated him growing up, I could not stand that motherfucker. But whenever that theme hits, whenever I got a water bottle in my hand, I cannot help but feel like I need to pour that bitch up and spit it. I cannot help but to do the fucking entrance itself anytime I have a water bottle in my hand,
As one should.
as one should. And that's the beautiful nature of the entrance in a theme song. Number number 7. We taking it all. Settle the score. I get a loss. We taking it all. That fucking
Man,
song. That
I am
song.
very surprised that that these more recent tracks have made it into the all-time list. That's crazy.
It's mainly because it was really like how you said before, what songs are like relevant to me enough that if I ever play it, no matter what, I'm here. I am absolutely here. And I know I had to really there's certain songs that because it's in my top 10 list there are certain songs that are not in this list. It's kind of like, but this song is, no matter what, it's going to be it for me. And to say it's in a top 10, I feel like a lot of the songs that I would put on my top 10 are literally going to be stuff from the Attitude Era. And I feel like that's not justice, and it doesn't give me a chance to branch out from all eras of wrestling. I'm so much of an Attitude Era fan. I don't feel like I would give any other era or any other area its opportunity to shine. So
That's fair. I mean, I can kind of see that because I mean, for all intents and purposes, listen, my top 10 list was nothing but if Jim Johnson didn't make it, it was CFO who made it.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I was
yeah,
and that was it. That's it.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
for instance, actually, funny enough, Solo's theme song Solo's theme song actually would have been right after the Ministry of Darkness, actually. So it was on the list once upon a time.
Yeah. If this was like a top 50, it probably would have been a little bit lower. But this is mainly because I have no choice. But if I'm having the conversation of what songs, if I'm putting it on and I'm ready to go. You play this song. Like, I remember when I was at the WWE holiday show, and I think I told you about this story about this kid when Solo came out and was going against like this team with him and Jacob Fatu. The whole time, I love you, Solo, and this kid kept like, "What the fuck is this guy? Tribal Chief." He was on me the whole
Yo,
fucking match. He
Tribal
did
Chief,
not like me, bro.
I
He did
love
not like me.
you, Solo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
So
funny.
that song is top tier for me. I there's that one. All right, number 6, and this is where I'm gonna throw you the fuck off completely.
Like you haven't already.
Well, this one's completely throwing you off. Hollywood Blondes.
Hollywood Blondes.
Yep. Are you familiar with that
And
song?
I've heard it, but I know I've heard it before. But really,
Hollywood Blondes, yes. I did get the chance to actually watch Austin. And this is what's weird about it too. Because what you think is gonna be on my list as an Austin theme, this is the one. If you
I
expected to
mean,
hear Glass Shatter Austin in this list, nope.
I would not have expected to hear Glass Shatter Austin, but if you did mention Austin, then that's what I would have thought. And
Yeah.
even then, maybe I would even have I would have carded you more for the version that he has that's got Disturbed on
It would have been that. Yes. It would have been
it.
that. It would have been that. That, and also there's another one that I really like, the Alliance one. For some reason I like that one. But a part of it is mainly because of the Titantron and how it matched. But yeah, no. Hollywood Blondes. That was the only way I actually truly saw Pillman, was when he was wrestling with Austin. And it, whenever they used to come out to it, it never really made sense to me at first. But there was something about how devious that song was, and anytime Austin was just, it matched the aesthetic of how heelish they were. But for a name like the Hollywood Blondes, it doesn't match. Does that make sense? Like the name Hollywood
Oh,
Blondes,
absolutely.
and then you hear the song, it does not match. But for the heels that they were, perfect. Loved it. Loved every second of it. And it was a song that I had to say, like, man, put this shit in my veins. Inject
That's
it.
very, and I'm gonna have to go back and do a deeper listen to that song now. But for something like that to be like, I mean, listen, at this point, I have no idea what your number, what your tops are going to be because nothing on this list has made sense besides the Triple H one, and even then, at the placement of it didn't make sense. So
Valid,
I at
valid,
this
valid.
point, I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Valid, 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 valid. And these are ones I'm standing on. I not no, hey, I'm revising, because I had to really have such a hard battle with this one. It was so hard. It was so difficult for myself because again, different promotions. Um, Number 5, the beautiful people.
They did make it on my list for a brief moment. Angel on my shoulders.
Is
Yeah,
that the theme song you think I'm talking about?
what theme song are you talking about?
The beautiful people, not the intro for SmackDown. I'm talking about TNA's
No,
beautiful people.
yes, TNA's Beautiful People. Did you not know that their song had lyrics to it?
No, because the one I have doesn't really have lyrics to it.
Oh man.
Okay, because which era of
Yes,
beautiful people are you talking about? Because I'm going off the
Angelina
original.
Love, Angelina Love, and what's her name? Was it Velvet Sky? Yeah,
Yeah, because the one
Angelina
I'm
Love and
going
Velvet
off
Sky.
of,
That's the one with the boom,
yeah, that one.
boom. So yeah, so you know how part you kind of like you because in the one that you're talking about, you kind of hear we're like,
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
so the original theme song is and because I'll never forget because me and Cecil used to fucking love it. You know, Joel on my shoulder. But yeah,
I
that
never really heard that version of it. I just remember the version that didn't have it, I guess. But that was
yeah, they dropped the lyrics on that theme song like like later TNA,
okay.
especially like when they brought in the third chick for a brief
Yeah, yeah,
moment,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like they had X the lyrics off by that time, so it's a thing.
Okay. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, beautiful people. I love that theme song. I love the ideas of the characters of the beautiful people. The beautiful
Oh,
people
they
was
were great.
it was a beautiful concept for wrestling. And who, as much as I love when they got to the rope. Point the camera right here, buddy. Everything about the entrance, the team itself, the aesthetic, the beautiful people was a beautiful tag team for wrestling. Absolutely. Couldn't have named a concept. Like maybe if somebody said the people weren't that great of wrestlers, I don't care. But the concept of the beautiful people in wrestling.
Listen, the beautiful people did what they did so tag teams like the Iconics and Lay Cool could thrive. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Or
Yes.
at least make people feel like I want to pay a little more attention to them. Because for all intents and purposes, I know like Lay Cool was kind of around during the time frame that the beautiful people were kind of sort of doing their thing. But like, you know, like when it comes to like the Iconics, like they had a little bit of that beautiful people energy, but the beautiful people were also they were some hard ass women. But you know, that's just TNA knockouts for you, baby.
Yes. All right. Number 4, which is why when you said it, I was like, which version are you talking about? Beer Money, the original thing that I'm familiar with. He's from the country. He's from the city. Because I know we both were consuming TNA. Like I know you consumed it more than me originally, but whenever Beer Money first established, I know they had this theme song, and then they switched to "Sorry About Your Damn Luck," and then when they did another run again, they went back to the old theme song. Both of their theme songs are iconic. But if I'm going to choose one, it was gonna be the original one because that was the one I kind of was introduced to them and loved. But granted, will I sing "Sorry About Your Damn Luck"? Fuck yes. It's the more enjoy singer friendly because the first one has lyrics. It's just not as potent as the "Sorry About Your Damn Luck" one. But
And what number
I
was this?
this was number 4.
That's actually very funny that you put Beer Money at number 4, just like I did.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, wow, okay. Beer Money was number 4, but we just picked the
Different
other one.
version. See, I
So
still
that's why
like to listen to what you picked.
yeah. Cuz that's why I said before it's like Beer Money was that was the tag team that we both can agree Mm, that one was good. So, Beer Money itself as a tag team is great. Number 3, you probably this one, Muhammad Hassan.
I was trying to find room for Mohammed Hassan in my top, and they just couldn't fit.
That fucking theme is so goddamn good.
Oh, 100%. It because once again, I thought about it. I
Mm-hmm,
don't
mm-hmm,
think I actually wrote it down because when it came to my mind was near the tail end where I was like, I thought about it, I listened to it, I looked at what was my top 10 at that time, and
mm-hmm.
I'm like, I can't squeeze you in there, bro. You fit underneath the top 10, but you don't fit in.
The thing about it with me is like I feel the only reason for some people it might not be in their top 10 is because his run was so short. I feel like if we got the chance to grow
It was
with him
so
more as a character,
it was so short because he was way too hot of a heel.
yeah, and too controversial for the time, yes. And
They weren't ready.
interestingly enough, I'm surprised, and even in your honorable mentions, I didn't hear Alberto Del Rio.
Um, he was in there. He was thought of, but once again, the reason why he didn't get into the honorable mentions is once again that was a theme song that I thought of when I was in like my hour 19 and 18 of putting this
Mm.
together, and
Mm-hmm,
I just
mm-hmm,
listened to it. I'm like, this is a good theme song, but like, because at this point I'm trying to like I'm just focusing on the 10, and I'm like,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you don't squeeze in, you don't squeeze into 10. And
Mm,
so that's why they didn't get in there. And so
got you.
that's why Amber Moon didn't get in there.
Mm-hmm,
However,
mm-hmm,
I'm thinking back and I'm like, I might have made a mistake about the Amber Moon because I really liked her theme song.
mm-hmm.
And
It is a
then
good one
while
too.
you was going, I was like, I'm pretty certain I did make a mistake by not putting this one in my top, but I don't want to talk about that until you finish yours. So,
Valid, valid. All right, number 2, Natural Born Killer, New Jack.
mm, okay,
Yeah,
there's New Jack.
yeah. No, he. It's a battle between him and number 1 because they're both are just like whenever they come on, I'm so hype. I'm so hype. But Natural Born Killer, the interesting part about it is because while I originally was introduced to Natural Born Killer, for some reason WWE made a version that was also just as good. Well, not Natural Born Killer, but like they made a song for him for the network because they couldn't use that song. And I end up falling in love with the new one more than Natural Born Killer. But then I was like, but there's something about this version that's not hitting anymore. What is it? And then I had to start watching, like whenever they did the Dark Side of the Ring one, and I was like, let me actually watch some of these matches back again. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, yep, nope, this version, nope, it's this one. It's so whenever it pops on again, anytime it pops on, anytime you watch where New Jack, I think he was the first to do this, whereas where he plays his song where he's beating somebody up and it plays the whole song. And normally his matches would last as long as the fucking song did. And then you get the Stampede, the matches where John Moxley does it too. While those songs he has are good, like Wild Thing or whatever, it's something about Natural Born Killer in the background in an Extreme Rules match or any kind of hardcore match. It just fits for me.
I'll have to listen to that then.
Um, and then number 1. Oh wait, before honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. Jake's Trust Me. Jake the Snake's Trust
Yeah,
Me.
that's crazy.
Jake's the Snake. Because it's like it was gonna be in that top 10. And then till certain songs, I had like, okay, let me actually check this. Let me check TNA. Okay, let me check this era. Okay, let me check this. So there was so many eras I had to kind of bounce between, and it would have probably been somewhere like in the top tens. But then there's certain songs that just kept getting pushed down. That kept pushing it down. So there's that. And then the next snake we have is Stone Cold, obviously. But technically, his version, I guess, the name has switched up, but the original Attitude Era version, that's the one I went with.
Okay.
Guard, Big Boss Man.
Okay.
Big Boss Man's Guard. That
I get that. Okay.
Big Boss Man's theme song, bro. Like he's that heel that I wish he would have never stopped going. Because in every situation, if anything happened and it was Boss Man involved, you're like, you know what? God damn it, yeah, that makes sense. Boss Man doing that makes sense. Did you do 5 or did you only do 3, by the way? Honorable mentions.
I mean,
I don't remember if you did 3 or 5.
I did 5, but you don't have to do 5.
No, I have 5. It was just I didn't know if you did 3 or 5. I couldn't remember. Number 4 out of it, Switchblade's theme song.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with that one.
Not like his AEW one.
It's technically his New Japan one, so either way.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
yes,
song,
I am.
I like that one very much so, and that would be technically number 4 or number 3? I think it was number 3. And then I also had Death Rider John Moxley. But here's the thing, I don't like how they did it in AEW. It's the version that's in New Japan where it's the slightest difference, but I just don't like how the original version was very slow. It matched the tone of when he left WWE and he was like leaving the asylum. So it's the tone. If you listen to it on Spotify and then you hear that version I like. I will put that in the, if I could ride a bike, I'm riding a bike to this song. Okay. If I'm in a bar and a fight goes down, I want this song to play. Like that type of aesthetic for me. I really enjoy this song.
Fair enough.
And then last one. What was the last one? Let me scroll through. Was it
the last honorable mention or your number 1?
Yeah, last honorable mention. Last honorable mention was fuck. I don't think I actually wrote it down. So I'm looking through my list. Let me go back to my my YouTube list, because I had put all the songs in like a YouTube list, and like where you wrote them down, I just went through YouTube and just like made a list of each one of them. And
must be Do Love. Gotta be Do Love.
Oh man, honestly, it's too cool. It's too cool.
I almost felt like I was close.
You are. That's what I was saying. It was like, you know what? You're not wrong, but it's too cool. You live fly day.
Fair enough.
That song, it was between that and D'Lo Brown's, by the way. Because D'Lo Brown, he almost made that top 10.
I'm very surprised that he didn't. Like, this list is all over the place.
It is. And that's why I knew, like, when I started hearing yours, and I was like, okay, our lists are completely opposites. Like, some areas, okay, I see that. Like, Big Show's theme, totally would agree. It was actually in that area at one point. They started getting boom, 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 boom. And then I think it was another one you mentioned. I was like, yeah, Goldust was on there too. Absolutely. and it just started getting pushed down. But
See, I'm
number
really
one,
curious to know what your number one is. Now, there's a part of me, only because there's a part of me that's like holding on to being like, all right, maybe he saved this one for number one. And so
can I have you tell me what you think it is before I give it?
Taz.
No.
Really? That's crazy.
Dudley Boys' first theme song.
Okay.
That one?
Number one.
Yes.
That,
And
that
there's a reason why though. And honestly, you're one of the reasons why. And it was because when you made Wild Style, when you had Wild Style with you and Kyle, and you guys had that as your theme song, and I remember having matches between you guys, that one holds like a huge memory in my childhood, and why that theme song never left me. Like, just a part of the Dudley Boys being my favorite tag team of all time, and remembering the era that was them in the early 2000s. One, favorite tag team, favorite childhood memory going against, you and Kyle as a tag team, along with my characters, whatever. So a lot of that boils down to it. And two, the theme song to me is just dope as fuck.
It is a slapper. It's in my top 20.
So
it's definitely in my top 20, but it was also another one of those songs that came to my mind near like the tail end of me making this list. I'm just like, and to that point, I was like, but Wild Style though. But like it couldn't beat Test, because Test was number 10, and it just couldn't beat Test. It tried. It really tried, but it couldn't beat Test.
There were certain songs that were on here I wanted to, like like the Crash Holly, the Hardcore Holly. I was like, oh man, this is such a good song. Fuck, I want this song in here.
When I talk to you about like songs that came up, some of them obscure but were good, like Scott Hall's TNA's theme song, Marvelous Me. Freaking love that theme song. Freaking Tori Wilson's theme song, that Lillian Garcia sung. That was in there. Goddamn, but Victoria.
Call my own.
Listen, Victoria's theme song, Gail Kim's theme song.
Nigga, oh my God, bro. I had a literal battle with myself driving home from Tampa, because I sat here and was like, bro, this song, I even remembered how I was even going to bring this up. I had literal thoughts. I would literally listen to this song and just be in a trance sometimes, because that song was so fucking good. But I felt like me putting that in, like, I want to say like me putting in my top 10 list was like out of pocket, but because there's a couple of them that you feel, there's a couple of them on here that you feel like are out of pocket, but that one felt like, to me, like this was more lustful and out of like trance essence, rather than like because she came out to the song and because of her background with it, because that run did not last that long. We didn't hear that song for that long. So for me, it would have been more of a, I love this song because of the lyrics and the beat itself.
Fair enough. Nah.
Yeah.
Like, listen, it's funny because like I went on like a small binge, like thinking of the females, and I was like Kelly was on my list for a very long time, but she slowly got pushed out. And like, whether if we liked them or not, I love the Bella Twins. Like, their theme song was great to me. I used to love their shit. Freaking, I'm surprised that no Taz for you. That completely blows my mind.
Taz was in there. I literally have him in the list. Both theme songs are in this list. Especially Survive If I Let You. Like, that was the one. Yes. It was in there. It was.
I'm like top 10 and I don't hear no
But here's the thing.
I'm like,
for some reason, Sabu's theme beats his.
Well,
Sabu's theme beats his to me.
I think you know somebody.
Yeah, you think. But also another song that was in the top 10 at one point. Well, it's in the top 20, almost 30 now. Mean Street Posse.
Yep. They came up.
Yep. Mean Street
They would
Posse
have been
was
in
one.
there. They were another one of those that came in like when I was like had my thick top 10, and I'm just like, yeah, they don't beat nothing.
Yeah. I was surprised you didn't have Abyss in there.
He was. He got pushed down.
Yeah, he got pushed down real quick because it was like Abyss theme was one. Who else was there? You know, after us having that conversation about this specific person, I had to think back. I was like, I really liked his theme song, The Pope. But then as we had that conversation, I was like, actually,
Now, foolishness aside, he was in there.
he was, yes.
He was in there. And he got pushed down. Just like Velveteen Dream. He was in there. He just got pushed out. Because regardless of what he did and how you feel about him, his theme song was a slapper.
Here's the thing, too. There was a song that... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, and I was going to say, a song that I now realize should be in there. And I think this song would actually probably fall... This song would push down Chris Benoit.
If it's what I think it is, because there was one song I'm surprised, like how you thought Taz was for me. You know what my one was? Fucking V1 Matt Hardy. Where the fuck is that in your goddamn top 10, Jesse? Where the fuck is that? I'm actually insulted that song is not in there.
So there's a lot of wrestling theme songs, brother. All right.
No. V1 Matt Hardy was you, nigga. There's no fucking way.
There is so much wrestling music. And if you don't think of it by name, it's not going to just find you. All right. V1 Matt Hardy not being in my top 10s list is a travesty in a misjustice because I didn't find it to hear it to remind myself.
Nigga. So
and
do you feel like you need to revise your list now?
Now I do. This
now
list
you
was
see the
solid.
pain.
This list was solid. But then you bringing him up just completely breaks the list again. Because once again, I thought I was solid on my list before. And then Asuka popped up. And then Asuka took me down a whole nother rabbit trail, which led to my list being what it is now. Because I was like, oh my God, I love Asuka's theme song. And then I'm like, oh my God, I love Ember Moon's theme song too. But the song that I was thinking of while you was putting all this together that I also really like, that actually should be in this list, Yokozuna.
Oh my
God. Yep. Yes, sir.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, fam. So now bringing up Yokozuna and then V1, I have to do it over. I gotta do it over now. I obviously have not thought of and listened to everything that I thought I'd listened to. And so now here I am, just like this was a misjustice. Not everybody's vote was apparently accounted for when I thought I was pretty solid. So well, that's the podcast today, you guys.
Oh my God, I had to listen to that again. And you know, other songs I would love to, and I haven't even got to my extra questions, and then we're already 2 hours deep. So here is now the one question I wanted to ask you. You're at WWE. Say that person does not exist, right? and you had their theme song, and I kind of automatically know which one it's gonna be. But if you had to go out to this person's theme song right now, you're in Gorilla, and they said, "Yo, you're going out. Whose theme song are you coming out to?" I already probably know the answer, but I wanted to hear it.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah. Whose theme song are
You
you walking out to the ring to right now?
oh my god, you asking this question just made me realize fuck. My list is ruined. My list is ruined. Because you asked me this question made me think. I'm like, of course it would be, and then I realized I didn't even think of this theme song before. Freaking D Malenko's WWE theme song,
And
bro.
that was another one. That was another one that I didn't see in this fucking list because you had it in a fucking wrestling game. And I'm also pissed off at you about that. Like, there's songs that I'm like, this was his theme song in this game, and this was.
Damn, when you asked me that question, it literally popped in my head. I'm like, oh, it would be D Malenko. Oh, no, I didn't. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to do this next week because obviously this list is
Yeah.
focused. This list is
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess I need another week to put this together because
So,
obviously I missed some things. Because
so that was the one. Remember how I was gonna derail you with the ranking one? This was the one I was prepared for. This was the one I was prepared for. But then as
oh,
I started making the list again, it was like, ooh, I would want to go out to Natural Born Killers. But then I also thought about, man, if I'm with Swag, I want to go out to fucking Dudley Boys. Because that, but then also I had to debate with Beer Money too. Because I was like, fuck, that was
that,
literally our shit. So like,
that was that
if
Crossbones, fam.
nickel, nickel. So if I had to go out myself, I'm picking probably My Time Triple H.
Which is a solid choice.
Yes.
Very, very solid. Obviously, damn. D Malenko's thing. Oh my god. Oh
Yeah, I
my
know.
god.
Because when it popped up in the list of songs I heard, I was like, oh, Jesse's picking this. Swag's picking
Oh
this.
my.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
he's picking
my
this. There's no way he's not picking this. And then I'm hearing this
god.
list and I'm like,
Like, where is it?
yeah. Just like how you thought my list
and
was crazy. I'm like, where the fuck are these songs?
yeah. So, oh boy. If I were to look at right now,
I think I know the answer. It's two possible answers.
so that Dean Malenko theme song would go right under Shinsuke. So that would be number 4, which would then put Test out. And then Matt Hardy's theme song?
I'm surprised
In
that wasn't your number
comparison
one.
to
I'm
what the
surprised
Matt
that wasn't
Hardy
your number
theme,
one. Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't your number one, bro. That was your shit. I'm sorry.
it was. But these other theme songs just slap a little bit harder. And to think that that theme song completely slaps a tornado and dries up a sea, but
And don't sell me
honestly,
your
I
future.
honestly, which and it's great. The fact that because that song, I would probably I'd put it above Gold Dust, which but then that would end up pushing out my Christian Cage theme song. At,
Ooh,
would
woo.
push that that would push that out of the top 10, which is crazy.
Because that's another one of those that when I heard the list, I was like, yeah, that's him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No,
But
without a
then,
doubt.
like with those, I do believe because at that point, because so let's see here, putting that in with push out test, and putting that in with push out Christian Cage, which then Big Show would get pushed out and Yokozuna would become the number 10.
Damn. Ah.
The competition is heavy.
Yeah, I will agree.
Very
I will agree though. It putting Yokozuna would probably be my top 10 too, and I would probably have to push out Big Pressure. Big Pressure get pushed out immediately for Yokozuna.
yeah, that
Mega
yeah, that's
Powers
crazy.
handshake. Mega Powers handshake.
Yeah, fam, that's wild. That is that's tough. That my head hurts now. Thanks.
Yeah, no. How do you think I've been feeling? Because I've been sitting there and I was gonna throw this question at you and see how it was gonna make your brain spin. So, but which one are you coming out to? You coming out to Demolition?
Yeah, I think I'm Deep Malenko or Shinsuke.
That was the other one I was thinking. Shinsuke, or it was gonna be it was either gonna be Shinsuke or Kane.
Yeah, no, it's Deep Malenko's theme song. It's so good. Almost like undeserving for Dean Malenko. Like, why does
Very
he have that
much.
theme song?
Very much.
And then they remixed it and gave it to Cesaro, and it's like, why'd you give it to him? Like, which I don't know how if other people realize that, but like
Yeah, it's very
that,
much
yeah,
similar.
Dean Malenko's similar. It's the same. It's the same thing.
Well, I mean,
Just
obviously with the lyrics in there now, you know.
yeah, just has the Swedish lyrics.
Yeah.
You talking in his chair. Say what? Say what? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Boy,
But
Lord knows.
well, guys, I hope you like the spin that I put at the end of this when it comes to finding out the theme song. We both can agree if it was tag team wise, it would definitely be Beer Money. That one we can both agree. Sorry about your damn luck. Will be the one we would come out to. But individually, if we had a song, those would be the songs that we would come out to. And man, I honestly challenge you guys in the comment section. What is your top 10 from every promotion that you ever listened to? I mean, excuse me, ever watched or tuned in on? What is your top 10? And if you can rank them too, kudos for you. But you can see it from us. It is fucking difficult.
There's
It is,
there's
it
no
is,
easy there's no easy way about it. Like just literally those are those three songs. See, there's the V1 already. Just those three songs just completely smashed this original list to pieces, and now it's got me completely. Yeah, no, that is. Huh, this was tough.
yes.
It was tough, and it probably will continue to be. Like, I think it would be easier if we separated them from time frames.
Yeah, like
You know,
eras? Yeah. Like in
if we
promotions and stuff?
separated
Yeah.
like eras, and I mean, yeah, we could promotions would make it even more simple, but like specifically eras, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like that, I would have been able to make the list a lot quicker. Well, kind
Same.
of, but yeah, that
Boss Man's guard would be higher. If it was the Attitude Era, Boss Man's guard would probably be damn near top three. Because Boss
fair,
Man
yeah,
guard,
that's
that shit
fair.
is fire, bro.
Damn, that was that was quite the exercise.
Yeah. So again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe and share the video. Even have a conversation with your friends. What is your top 10 favorite theme songs of all time? I feel like it's going to be conversations that can last forever because this conversation is longer than our usual program. So that can just tell you right there. That's how detailed it is for us. Music for us, as you know, one who's still avidly making music, and for me, who at one point was making music, music is a very big vocal point for both of us and in our friendship. Outside of just wrestling, music is also just a combination of that. And it means a lot to us. These songs mean a lot to us. They connect us in certain ways for our memories and all those things. So that's why this episode was going to be very tough for both of us. But for our next episode, we'll be probably coming back to this a little bit. I can tell. And continuing on in the journey of what is just the Big Brothers of Destruction. As we go down this journey, is going to be nothing but destruction behind us. All right. So till next time, it's the Vasaku.
It's your boy Swag Switcher. Freaking, by the way, if you haven't checked it, check out that Millennium item though. But
Yeah.
you know, I gotta show it off from time to time.
Mahogany.
Mahogany.
Mahogany. All right, guys. So next time, have a good one.
Deuces.